All right, it is Woman Power Wednesday here, presented by Cricket Wireless, and I'm excited because I've got one of our own with me today, Rohnesha Horne, who is our marketing director here at Radio 1 Cleveland.
Hey, Bijou.
You know, it's so funny because even though you're in the building, people don't realize, we don't have, you're on the business side, so we don't always have you in here with us. So I was like, I think this might be the first time you've ever been interviewed.
It is.
Talking to us on the radio, but we know who you are. We've heard of Rohnesha, the marketing director, but exactly, it's an amazing position for one that you worked really hard for over the years, which is what makes you a power woman and what you've been able to do here in the community with it. So I just wanted to highlight you and talk to you a little bit about that position and what you do on your daily basis. So first of all, give us a little background on how you got into that.
Oh my goodness. So yes, I've been here 11 years. I just celebrated 11 years with Radio 1. I started as a promotions coordinator, full-time promotions coordinator for WENZ, and oh my God, so long ago. And I worked my way up, I never planned on getting into radio. I went to school for public relations and marketing, and that's what I thought I was going to be doing. And I kind of just fell into radio by connections, networking. Got the position here and worked up to promotions director. Did that for about 8 or 9 years. And then eventually, finally make it to my dream job, which is marketing director here. So what I do, for those of you guys who aren't familiar, I do a lot of event planning. So my job, I'm responsible to bring in non-traditional revenue for the radio station. So traditional revenue would be commercial spots. My job is to find other ways, other assets that the station can, earn revenue. So it's very challenging because you have to be very creative. So event planning, marketing, PR for the station, meet and greets, concerts. We produce the concerts here. I know you guys know about Z179 Summer Jam. I'm behind the scenes on that. And other events like our Stone Soul Festival and other events like the Tom Joyner event. So that is what I do.
You are the lady, right? You're the lady behind the events, all right?
Yes.
All the fun stuff that y'all get to go to. She's doing all the hard work behind the scenes to put it on.
Yes, I pay for it.
Yes. And that's not it. I mean, you're really, of course, you're integral here in the building, but also you're a woman who does a lot of things in the community, which makes it really dope. I mean, and you also have an amazing spiritual journey that you've been on. And I want to know, how your balance. A lot of people have, trying to figure out how to balance being corporate and their spirituality and their beliefs. How do you do that on a regular basis?
Well, you have to understand that I didn't get here because I'm great. I understand that the reason why I'm in this position is all because of God. I give him all the glory and the honor and the praise. And I have to constantly remind myself to be humble and to realize that this can be taken away from me at any moment. So my faith is very important to me. I give God credit for being in this position, and I'll ask him to use me while I'm in this position. Right. So I understand that I don't work for man, I work for him. And so if I take that perspective, then that's what kind of helps me keep balance. And then I have to also make sure I make time to give back. That is essential. That is important to me. I love speaking to young women in the community. I love giving my story. I've been through a lot in my life, and I believe that my life should be an example, a testimony to other women to help them either not make the same mistakes, or if they are going through this similar situation, that they can overcome it. So that's what's extremely important to me.
Yes, I love that. And like you said, it wasn't an overnight thing. You worked your way up. And, just for those who may feel like, well, I've been in the same position for so long, keeping that faith and continuing to stay true to yourself, I'm sure had so much to do with the fact that you were able to stay here and prolong and then eventually get that dream job that you wanted.
Yes, I knew that one day I would get it, but I had to realize that each day, you have to sometimes take each day and give it 100% every single day and not be so worried about what tomorrow's going to bring. I think it's key to plan for tomorrow. You should be prepared, but you also have to take advantage of the moments. You have to realize why you're in this. I call it the seed season. Why are you in your seed season? When you're being watered, when you're being fertilized, what are you learning? How can you capitalize on that moment so that when you do bloom and blossom, you're ready to be that tree or that fruit or whatever you're destined to be.
Right. You cannot take the harvest without doing the seed process, the growth process.
That's it.
So I love that you're saying that. I love that. And I hope that inspires someone, especially young women who are trying to, find their way, especially in, in corporate America. It's not always very easy. And in any field, it's not easy, especially when you're starting from the bottom and you have your sights on that big top position. But it takes time. And like you said, it takes growth and it takes faith. And also, like you said, working your relationships, creating those relationships and building those bonds.
Those relationships are so important. A lot lot of times we think, people we meet in high school or college or we run into day to day, they may not affect our future. They have nothing to do with where we're going to go in our destiny. But that's not entirely true. My destiny, I ran into someone who I went to college with who referred me for this job. Now imagine had I not been carrying myself the right way. Imagine had I been unkind. Imagine had I had an attitude. Would they have recommended me for this job? No. And then even being in the building, I was on I'm on an interview. I'm being interviewed for the last 11 years. So they're watching me to see, if they should promote me. Why should they promote me? They see my good, bad, and ugly. So if I didn't carry myself or work hard, I would have never been in this position. It's easier for them to bring somebody from the outside. It's harder to get promoted from within because they know all your good, bad, and ugly. Right. Outside, you don't know the good, bad, and ugly.
Right.
So you have to be careful when you're on a job and you're working it for a long time. Be the best person you can be each and every day. Treat everybody right, and it will always pay off.
Always pay off. Well, I love it. On that note, there we go. There's our marketing director, y'all. This is the woman that y'all don't get to see, but she's the reason behind a lot of things that goes on here. So, Rohnesha, thank you for being our power woman for the day.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it so much.